What's going on, guys? Payne here once again, and welcome to the last Everton career mode video on FIFA 13 on this channel in the Barclays Premier League. Yes, I'm going to be doing one extra video, which is the Champions League final against Real Madrid, which is to be played at Wembley. Really looking forward to actually playing that game. It's going to be 5 minutes each half, going to be live commentary. It's going to be great, going to be exciting to see if Everton can lift the Champions League for the first time as a club. But anyway, there are now only 5 more games remaining to be played of the BPL season after we went head to head with Cardiff City, and as you've just seen, the league table is looking incredibly tight as we get closer and closer to the final day of the season. It's now only between Chelsea and Everton. It's a battle of wills. Who's going to slip up, or who will be able to keep their good run of form going? We have to be careful of complacency within the team, because I do think that the next game is probably going to be the most important game of the season for this Everton side if we want to be bringing that BPL trophy to Goodison Park. So let's just say, for an example, my Everton side were to lose their next fixture in the BPL. It'd be kind of saying to Chelsea, well, here you go, we'll hand you the BPL trophy on a silver plate. Simple as that. And vice versa, obviously it'd just be exactly the same scenario with Chelsea if they was to lose their next fixture. And can I just say, what a magnificent goal by Kevin Morales. What a magnificent player as well. He was picked out perfectly by Tarat. Great vision by him as he saw Kevin Morales making a run off the ball and making space for himself, and he just taps that one past the Cardiff goalkeeper. It was just perfect, kind of reminiscent to the goal that I scored with Darren Bent against Liverpool here at Goodison Park in my first season with Everton. Just an all-around perfect goal, and I couldn't have wished for a better start to the game. It was 2-0 at half-time. Cardiff did grab themselves a goal back before the half-time whistle was blown, but in the second half, Everton just showed their dominance. We ran away with this one. Jelavic with a weird looking diving header, but it was a goal nonetheless. So the score was 3-1, but I still wanted more. Fellaini trying to take the ball into the box, but he was being hassled by the defenders. Jelavic got himself on the ball, gave it to Koke, who recently has been putting in some amazing performances, and that just rounded that off. He got his goal of the game, making it 4-1. That was the final score. 3 points added to the league table. Pick that one out, Chelsea. And if you look at the league table, they did exactly that. Chelsea drew their last game. Everton, as you know, we beat Cardiff 4-1, which meant we go top of the league table by 2 points. That's great news, but celebrations had to be put on hold because my Everton side still had to go through the tough opposition that is Newcastle United, plus we was playing away, so that didn't really help matters. And Pardew has the likes of Overton, Gutierrez down both wings. They have bags of pace, and they've got Sissoko who can hold the ball, is a ball-winning midfielder, and also Kabai in that central attacking mid. They are an attacking side, Newcastle, so my Everton side, we're going to have a tricky 90 minutes against this Newcastle team. But even though some of my players were out or they were playing with lack of fitness, we still managed to put up a challenge. We managed to hold in there. It was 0-0 before that full-time whistle was to be found. Found the overlap in Pienaar there to Rat. We managed to win a corner kick. What a time to get a corner right on the 89th minute. And you will notice that I gave it to Van Rijn. At the time of playing this, I was frustrated that we hadn't scored earlier in the game, so I didn't care who took the corner. I was just happy to go away with a draw. But Van Rijn, first ever corner that he took for Everton, and he picks out Matri perfectly. Matri totally, he wasn't even picked up by any of the central defenders in that box, and he made it 1-0. What a time to score right on the 90th minute, and we walk away from the Sports Direct Arena with all 3 points. Our next fixture saw us return to Goodison Park. It was against Fulham, and once again, just like the Newcastle game, this was going to be another tricky challenge because Fulham, they find themselves in the relegation zone. Obviously, they want out of that. They want to be in the BPL for next season. And of course, I want to keep winning with Everton because, as I keep saying, I want to bring that BPL to Goodison Park. So there was a lot on the line in this fixture for both teams. As soon as the game had kicked off in the second half, Christian Taylor was picked out, took that ball down the left wing, twisting and turning, chopping and changing direction, gave Jelavic the ball. He went for a cracking shot. It was blocked by one of the defenders, but the ball fell to the feet of Marouane Fellaini. He made Fulham pay and made it 1-0 to Everton. There were only really a couple of minutes remaining of this game. Fulham's goalkeeper Stockdale booted the ball upfield, and it looked like Fulham were going to be on the counter-attack, but Borman had the ball at his feet after a back pass from Thiago. Did look kind of dodgy as one of the Fulham players almost got a foot to that back pass. But we was then on the attack looking for a second goal as there was only 2 minutes remaining of the game to be played, and Christian Teo picked out Jelavic. What was going on with the Fulham back four? Totally disorganised as Jelavic went unmarked, and he managed to volley that ball into the back of the net, making it 2-0 at Goodison Park. That was a full-time score against Fulham. That's another 3 points as we move on to our next fixture. We was playing away against Southampton, and as you can see, they had a lot of main players out. They had the likes of Mignolet, Lallana, they had Fonte and Cork all out of action. 4 main players, which could have been the deciding factor for Southampton in this fixture against my Everton side. But we was going to have a hell of a time with those players out of action. And Feghouli, he's a main star in this Everton side after only being at the club for almost a whole season now. That's gone really quick. But he picked out Matri, who hasn't recently been scoring as many goals as I would have liked him to. He made it 1-0 though, and Southampton, they were looking worried. They were looking very desperate. They wanted to get back into this game and get those 3 points, or maybe even just get a point from this game. It didn't really matter to them, but it did to me, because I want to be lifting that BPL trophy come the end of the season. And Koke, another great performance from him, managed to get a second goal in this game against Southampton, and it was looking very likely that we was going to get those 3 points. Jordan Ayew found his man in Tarat. Tarat turned on the ball and went for the finesse shot. Really thought it was going to go wide, but no, it went into the back of the net, beating the Southampton goalkeeper, making it 3-0. But on the 90th minute, Ramirez made it 3-1. They got a goal back. It's just a consolation goal, but it wasn't enough to see off the challenge of my Everton side as we continue our good run of form. I think that's now 3-4 games in a row that we have won. Maybe that's just too much for Chelsea to catch up with us in the BPL. And speaking of Chelsea, here is the FA Cup final to be played at Wembley. You're probably thinking, well, why haven't you done a separate video with the full game live commentary? You guys have seen a final against Chelsea in my previous season, so I thought, why not? I'll just do highlights of it, and I'll do, as I've said, the full game of the Champions League final against Real Madrid, which is drawing closer and closer. But here is Chelsea's starting 11. Very strong side, and the danger man that we had to watch out for this game was De Bruyne, the Belgian guy who plays in central attacking mid role. He was going to be very tricky to keep under control in this game. He has a point to prove, and Mikel almost opened up the scoring as he had 2 great chances there. Borman saved the first chance, and then he just put it wide over when the goal was gaping for him to put that ball into the back of the net. I think it's pretty much safe to say that Chelsea absolutely dominated the first half with not only possession but with shots and assists. Chelsea were just all over this Everton side in the first half. As you can see, it was shot after shot, even though they missed a few and even got a few on target. They were looking more likely to grab themselves a goal, and that's exactly what happened. Juan Mata, perfect pass to Demba Ba. He turned and put that one past Bournemouth, making it 1-0. 3 minutes remaining of the game. De Bruyne, the danger man, almost made it 2-0. What a horrible first half that would have been if that had gone in. But we managed to hold out for pretty much the remaining of the game. But in the second half, Chelsea continued their performance, and our only chance came from this shot from Christian Teo. That's probably the best chance that we had in the game to get back into it. Maybe even take this one to extra time, maybe, or even penalties. But as the game was nearing the end, to the 80th minute, Eden Hazard, such a nuisance on that ball for my Everton side. He made it 2-0, and that pretty much confirmed that my Everton side would not be going back to Goodison Park with silverware. The FA Cup, as it goes to Stamford Bridge, to Chelsea, who are this season's FA Cup winners. It is a sad sight to see the opposition celebrating their win in the FA Cup, but then I reminded myself, we're still in the Champions League final. Chelsea aren't. We still get to play against Real Madrid and have that chance and opportunity to bring the biggest trophy in Europe to Goodison Park, and also the BPL was still looking good in the league. And our next fixture was against Norwich City. It was to be played away, and if my Everton side were able to pick up a win, even though we was a day removed from that FA Cup final against Chelsea, we would be crowned Barclays Premier League champions. But only if Chelsea lost or drew their next fixture, which they played on the same evening that we played Norwich City. And here is your confirmation. Ladies and gentlemen, Everton have won this season's Barclays Premier League title. It was mathematically impossible for Chelsea to catch up, and so, ladies and gentlemen, Everton are Premier League champions. What a sight to see, and it's a shame that we didn't get the trophy celebration at Norwich, but I'm hoping that our next fixture, which is our last fixture of the season in the BPL, that we'll be able to see the scenes of Everton lifting that trophy. And take a look at this. I thought I'd put this in there. Manchester United are crowned Europa League champions. It's good to see that United are still winning trophies, even though they was knocked out the FA Cup, the League Cup, and also that they haven't done too good in the BPL this season. But it looks like they're going to be staying in 4th position, so they'll still be able to get Champions League football for next season, but they'll have to qualify. And it's funny to see that Arsenal will be playing in the Euro League next season. Everton's next and last fixture of this BPL season was to be played at Goodison Park in front of the home fans after we've just been confirmed BPL winners this season against Aston Villa. It was going to be a tricky fixture, but it was time to just chill out. It didn't really matter about the result too much, as we still have to look forward to and be prepared for that Champions League final against Real Madrid. But you know what, I wanted to go all out. I wanted to play my best starting 11 I could possibly come up with and just take it to Aston Villa, beat them, and it would just be the perfect way to end a perfect season for this Everton team. Alessandro Matri looked to open up the scoring within 10 minutes played, but Tarat was there instead, making it 1-0 to Everton at Goodison Park. Benteke looked to make it 1-1 10 minutes later, but Aston Villa were piling on the pressure. They wanted to at least get a good result from this game. And Gardner with a great chance. He had time and space to maybe create something, but no, he put the ball wide as it goes out for a goal kick. And after a corner taken by Van Rijn, as you'll notice, I've started using him a lot more. He seems to be pretty good at taking corners for some reason. And we got a penalty from that as one of the players go down in the penalty area. And Baines steps up. I thought I'll give this one to Baines. Why not? It's the last day of the Premier League season. Let's get Baines on the score sheet. And he made it 2-0. He didn't fail to impress. He's been putting in some amazing performances throughout the whole of this season. So it was 2-0 before half time. And I like to make it 3-0. Ola John twisting and turning, and what a smashing goal. What a way to end this career mode with Everton, but with an amazing goal from Ola John. He has a killer right foot, even for a left winger. Beautiful goal. And that was the final score, 3-0 to Everton. That's a great way to go out and end this season. And that is the end of this Everton career mode as well on FIFA 13 on this channel, guys. We'll just go through this quickly as well. We got 12.6 million to add to the transfer budget after winning the BPL. And here is the final league table. We managed to finish up top, obviously, with 91 points. Chelsea caved in as there were only a couple of games remaining of the season, as City managed to leapfrog them and come up in 2nd position. And as you can see, Manchester United staying in 4th. They wasn't going to move from that position. Chelsea in 3rd. They'll all get Champions League football. And here is the bottom of the league table. Fulham, Cardiff and Nottingham Forest are relegated. I feel so sorry for Nottingham. Look at that. They only got 8 points. 8 points out of the season. They won 1 game, drew 5 and lost 32 games. I feel so sorry for them. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this video and pretty much the end of my Everton career on FIFA 13 on this channel. I still have one more video to go, and that's in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. Can't wait to post that. Just gonna have to stay tuned, guys, to see if my Everton side can lift that Champions League trophy. And I just want to say thanks to all you guys for staying subscribed to this channel, checking out all my other previous videos of not only this Everton career, but of my Manchester United career. Can't thank you enough. It's been an amazing journey, and do stay tuned, because at the end of this month I will be making my long-awaited return to Manchester United on FIFA 14. It's going to be great. I can't wait, and I will see you all then. Peace out.